I splurge on my housing, but I save on my car. I splurge on clothes, but I save on makeup. I splurge on groceries, but I save on takeout. I splurge on fitness, but I save on hobbies. I splurge on skincare, but I save on my hair. I splurge on travel, but I save on designer. I splurge on my pet, but I save on going out to the bars. What you splurge on is going to look different for everybody, but what's the point of making money if you're not spending it to build a life you love?
Hey everyone, this is Cedric with Says Dividends. Welcome back to my channel. Balancing saving and spending can feel like walking a financial tightrope. You want to enjoy life now, but you also want to build a secure future. We all have our things that we like to buy, like to spend money on. I like to spend money on travel, but I don't travel so much that I can't save money. I don't buy designer. I'll buy t-shirts all day, every day out of Target, Walmart, and places like that. Cheap clothes. I may buy a little more expensive shoes, but as far as jeans and shirts, it can vary big time. I'll go to Marshall's, Ross, any of those places, but I may buy Nikes or a quality running shoe, a quality workout shoe. You know, everybody has their thing. I'm sure you have your thing too. We all want to enjoy life right now, right? But you also want to build a secure future at the same time. So how do you make smart money decisions without sacrificing too much on either end? Let's look at a few videos I found on TikTok and we'll come back.
My illogical reasons to why I never save money. I always have things in my cart that I want to buy, right? But I don't purchase right away because I change my mind a lot and I have to think on it. But then I will get my paycheck, or I will get my Amazon associate pay, or my PayPal from like to know it, whatever. Just little change that happens to pop into my account when I'm least expecting it. And then I'm like, perfect. Now I'm going to go buy what I wanted to buy because I just got cash in, and why would I save it? I'm going to go spend it. I honestly feel like saving is saying that my future self is not responsible. Saving money, I'm basically telling myself that me in the future won't have money, but I will. I will always have more money. Money is energy. It flows in, it flows out. It always comes back. What you put out, you get back in tenfold, I believe. So I know that's not very logical, and my husband fucking hates when I say this, but that's how I think.
Things I'm willing to spend money on versus things I save on. For the last 6 years, I've always had nice apartments that cost me between $1,500 to $2,000 a month. I spend at least 12 hours a day in an apartment, and I want it to be a happy place. My gym is usually between $100 to $240 a month. I spend 2 hours a day about 20 days out of the month in the gym, and if I work there, even longer. I don't spend much on clothes. I always get them on sale. This outfit was under $50 in total, and the shoes were $100, but I see shoes as an investment in my health because I run close to 200 miles per month. I haven't paid for a haircut in nearly a year. I just do it myself because I prefer it to look a little bit stupid. Food is purchased at Trader Joe's or Costco, so everything's in bulk, or about $2 to $4 a meal. I rarely eat out in the city because most fancy restaurants are never worth the money, and I'm always craving McDonald's after. For skincare, I don't buy anything. I always have a female roommate and steal their stuff. They get conned by the skincare industry. I might as well con them too. Experiences like trips are always worth it and change your perspective a lot, so I try to do as many as I can per year, but usually about 2.
I think you guys might have seen this too, where there's a lot of millennials and Gen Z that are actually spending their money now and not really saving as much as maybe our, parents did.
Yeah.
And it comes down to they're like, yeah, I want to travel the world now when I'm young and able to just do all the things versus when I'm old and I don't have
double
any energy.
Hip replacement.
I'm wearing a diaper.
Can't walk around all day. Yeah, exactly.
When I went to Ireland for the first time, I went to the Blarney Stone, walked up the little castle thing, which is very, very tiny, narrow stairs. And there was an older couple there. But one of them had a knee replacement and couldn't do the stairs, so she couldn't go up. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, this is why we need to travel. I'm young, just why I'll just freaking do it.
Yeah.
I just need some coffee in the morning, no sugar or tea, 'cause I can feel my eyelids falling, they're trying to sleep. But if I take a sip of caffeine, then surely I'll be awake until the evening, until we get back to sleep.
If you want to stop spending so much money on food every single month, there's one thing that you have to do. It's going to sound a little obvious, but trust me, this is more common than you think. And I know that a lot of you are going to watch this and realize that you absolutely do this. I'm Paige. I'm the founder of Overcoming Overspending. I help you stop impulse shopping and overspending. Food is definitely the category that I feel people come to me and they're like, I need so much help in this area in terms of overspending. And trust me, it's the area I struggle with the most most as well. My husband and I went through a phase where we were eating out every single meal, almost 5 to 7 days a week. We were spending so much money eating out. And then we were able to drastically switch that, and we didn't eat out a single time for 4 months. Now, I'm going to be giving you more tips of how we did that and what was most helpful in a video that I'm going to post tomorrow. But for now, here is the one thing that you have to stop doing. You have to start being honest with yourself, and you have to stop double dipping. Here's what I mean. I think so many of us think that the thing that we should be doing is we should be eating at home. We think that we should be cooking our own meals and eating at home because that's what's most cost effective. But I honestly think what's most cost effective really depends per person and per situation. I think that if you have a family of 5, cooking at home definitely might be the most cost effective option. I think that if you are single and you're just eating for you and you have a really busy schedule, eating at home might not be the most cost effective option, especially with inflation and the cost of groceries right now. I think there's also definitely a factor of what is your time worth. And if you want to take the extra time that comes with cooking your meals at home from shopping and preparing and cleaning, or if you want to save yourself that time from not having to do all of that from eating out. But I say that because I think the idea that most of us have in our head is that we should be eating at home because that's the most financially responsible thing to do. What a lot of us do is on Sunday, we will go to the grocery store and we will buy a week's worth of groceries for meals that we promise ourselves that we are going to cook and eat at home. But really, when it comes down to it, we just prefer eating out. It works better with our schedules. It works better with our lifestyles. So although we said we were going to eat in, that's not what ends up happening. So this is what I mean by double dipping. You are spending a ton of money on groceries, but you are also spending a ton of money eating out. And one of the best things that a lot of you can do is just pick a side and just go into a week being honest with yourself. I think that change is possible, and I think that you can absolutely get yourself to a point where you're eating out a ton to where you're not eating out a ton. But oftentimes those changes do not happen overnight. It takes a gradual increase to get there. But we get trapped in the all or nothing thinking. We think, okay, I'm eating out 5 nights a week now, and next week I'm only going to eat out 1 night a week. So we go and spend a ton of money on groceries, and then we still end up eating out 5 nights a week. I think for a lot of you, if you can just go into a week being honest with yourself, being realistic about your situation and most likely what's going to happen, you will save yourself so much money. Pick where you want your money to go. Do you want your money to go to groceries, or do you want your money to go to eating out? And it doesn't mean it all has to be one or the other. It certainly can be a mix. It just means that it's not going to both for overlapping meals. We're not buying groceries for a meal that ultimately we end up eating out. I know this tip seems a little obvious, but I'm telling you, when I get my clients just to be honest, to be realistic, and to decide ahead of time, like most likely what's going to happen, they end up saving themselves so much money on food.
I really like that last video about saving money on food because I am so guilty of going to the grocery store on Sundays, buying a bunch of food, saying I'm going to make it throughout the week, I'm not going to eat out, and by Tuesday, I'm at Chipotle or somewhere like that every week without fail. Maybe not Tuesday sometimes, maybe I can last longer, but then by Thursday, I'm somewhere grabbing some food. I also like the fact that she said it's going to take some time, which it would, because you're so used to doing things. You have your habits that you've built up over the year. So that would be one of my habits, going to the grocery store on the weekends. I would have to either break that by telling myself I'm going to eat out every day. But it feels like she also said another point, like it does feel weird because everybody tells you you should cook at home, right? Like, now, what I do think though is it's probably healthier that you cook at home. But yeah, with these grocery prices, it may be cost effective to eat out. Everybody's situation is different. If you have a large family, that's different compared to, someone that lives on their own. So anyway, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button. And I hope you join my community. I am on my way to 200 subscribers, and I hope you are one of the next 50 subscribers. And until next time, peace.